We're back on the server. We have done lots and we've got more to do. Doubt we'll cover it this episode. Hello, hello! We are back on the multiplayer server and we have done loads since last episode. Absolutely loads. We've done a little bit of remodelling. You can see we've got these blocks in here. It's work in progress. These were going to be built up. What I've done is we've made this just like came out, if you remember, and we've all enclosed it in. I've got to do something with this door. Due to remodelling, that door was actually appropriately put there, but now it isn't, and I just can't be bothered moving it. We've got this nice corridor coming down here. We have consolidated our tree farms, which I'll show you in a minute. We have got an industrial blast furnace blasting away. Well, it's not doing anything at the moment. We've moved our electrolyzer down here. Using what the hell is that word? We are using, let's just jump over here. We're using these semi-fluid generators to get rid of some of this sodium that's building up, and various bits and pieces. We're going to discuss that in depth a bit later. Just come through here. This is underneath now. We've turned this into rooms rather than just having the stilts. We've extended our applied energetics system. So this was the chest that we originally had upstairs, and this has been pre-formatted just to have the apples, wood and saplings on. We have changed this around a little bit, so we've got a level emitter on here now, which always makes sure that we've got 1024 coal in, because we've just been snowed under with coal. So that's that. Run out here, try and do this in a logical manner, which will end up making me go all over the place, but it is a bit more logical. The tree farm we have consolidated into one bigger one rather than the two smaller ones. So we've got our fertilizer going here, so we've got tin upgrades in these now rather than, I think there was iron ones before. And we've got a level emitter on the harvester as well, so this will only harvest trees when we've got less than 3008 wood. So with that emitting, it's stopping these from harvesting, so that's why they're all growing. Stuff goes out of there and sludge comes out of here. It's provided with a little bit of a problem with sludge at the moment, but we'll discuss that again in a second. So that's not changed, that's all the same as it is. I've not done anything with bees. Bees have kind of just like static for the moment. Okay, so this is underneath the tree farm, so everything's changed a little bit here. Apart from that, keeps poisonous still. So we've got our planter. We're kind of voiding more than what we're going to have to fix. That kind of stuff goes down that void point more than it goes down here, and it didn't do that when I had two of them over here, so not entirely sure what's going on there, but we still have lots and lots of saplings left over. Just put that on a minute, so we can still just fill that up manually, but we are going to have to look into that. It's not causing us too much of a problem, but a problem it is that needs addressing. Bang them in there and get something to eat. Right, so yeah, stuff comes out of here, saplings go down there, they get voided or put into there, which we just discussed we're going to have to fix. Other stuff comes in here and down there. Sludge comes out of here, everything else gets voided apart from clay, which goes down here, gets made into a clay block, which then gets pulverised, which then goes into this chest, which just has a storage bus on it. so we're not storing that in the main on the main drives in the AA system. We're just storing it in there. But when we've got clear blocks, clear dust, sorry, that goes. Oh, yeah, blast furnace still there. That goes through the system up here. Run to our industrial electrolyzer, which gets imported here, as well as ruby dust if we've got any. So that gets imported in here, along with empty cells, which are provided from the underneath. And so that makes lithium, aluminium, dust, lithium and sodium and silicon. Silicon, while we're here, can come into here, as well as aluminium dust, and get processed from there. And if it's silicon, we get our cells back. Up here. And the sodium, we've replaced the Zycraft tanks that we had up here with Railcraft tanks, because they held a lot more for the size that they are. So the sodium gets put into here through this liquid transposer, again using a E. Better if we come around here. So they get put into there, sodium empties, and we get the cell back. And same thing for lithium. Lithium, we've got backlog at the moment, we've got 64 in here, and we've still got some in the system, and that's full, and we're going to be using that for a liquid fueled boiler. I don't think we need it at the moment, but we'll come back to that in a second. So that's where we are up to. Everything is running nicely, with the exception of those saplings, which I'm going to have to get a hold of. I might just end up storing them all. I've still got loads in here, but that's obviously not increasing. We have got as well a mining age. I think we had that before. I've got to that top of that world now, and that is mining on 64 by 64, and has been for the past probably about 36 hours. I think it's just about down to the bottom now. Oh, we've got another 10 diamonds out of it as well. So yeah, diamond has increased, and so has emerald. We've kind of ramped up our mining incredibly, because we was, after all this, we was running low on resources, and I just had a big blast on mining, really just through the quarries. That's all our kind of funny ores. We're not doing anything with it at the moment. You see, we've got loads and loads of quartz now that we can use when we're extending our AE system, so I'm really happy about that. Not sure what we're going to do with all these gems yet, but we've got these tiny little dust things. And over here, as you can see in our safe, we've got quite a few emeralds as well, because that mining age is actually a extreme hills biome. So we're getting emeralds from there, and we've got quite a few rubies, which I have been turning into ruby dust and getting some chrome from it, which is in here. We've only got 5, but we're getting loads and loads of stuff. We're getting loads and loads of junk as well, which I want to try and sort out this episode. But you can see we're getting tons and tons of lovely, and I not long since sorted all this out, but all these shards, and I just keep throwing them away, but it's getting a pain of just dumping them. I want to automate it. No, you go in there, you go in there, and you go in here. Yeah, so you don't want to see me sort my stuff out, but I need to sort something out, which we're going to automate this, and I've got a few ideas. So what we're going to do is, let's see, first of all, what I want to do is do something with all this coal. We're getting loads of coal, 42 stacks of coal and counting. We've still got more coal in here as well. Tons and tons and tons of coal, and that's copper. 48. So we do need to keep some coal back. Now I'm going to estimate about 10 stacks. The rest of these I want to turn into diamonds, so that's going to be the first job on the list today, because when we convert these into diamonds, although we have about 20 diamonds, you'll probably notice, I'm not going to go back to house again, but you probably noticed that we was using all these cables, because at the time we didn't have any cables going around. So I want to try and replace these with glass fibre cables, which are going to be a lot more efficient. And yeah, we've got 20 diamonds to do that with, but I want to increase that, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to keep 10 stacks, so that's currently 38 stacks that we can turn into 38 diamonds, which is going to be wonderful. So that is what we're going to do today, and what I'm going to power this with, because we're going to be using IC. Oh, what a surprise, it's raining. It never rains on this server. What we're going to be using to power this, because we're going to be using IC2 machines for this, I think, is we're going to use all this sodium. So we're going to strip these machines out from in here, because each one of those is giving like 8 EU per tick, and we've got about 5 of them there, so we've just got about 40 EU per tick, which should be more than enough to keep the machines going, because they're only low voltage. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back, because I've got a lot of sorting out to do first. So we'll be back once I've got things a little bit more organised. Alright, still organising, but I just wanted to thought I'd missed something out. Over here we have been making tesseracts. Still not found any endermen, but I've been using the minium stone to make 4 iron into 1 ender pearl. So that's how I've been getting the liquid, whatever you call it, ender liquid. So I've got a few tesseracts, and the pipe in the nether, the pump which was getting the lava. Oh, my head's done in today. I've replaced like all that chest system. We're actually now getting it through here, and we've got a little chunk loader on there. So that's coming out here and feeding this directly now. So the centrifuge is running 24/7 without the need for the cans. So that is contributing to our copper and electrum. So you see 120 electrum, and I think when I logged on that this morning, that was probably around about 90. So well, that's been about 2 or 3 hours ago. So yeah, it's contributing nicely to copper and tin as well. Tin. There we go, tin. So it's well worth doing, in my opinion. But now we're not converting the aluminium, or useless aluminium. But we might set something up with that at a later date. But yeah, want to show you that. So I'm going to carry on sorting things out, and we'll be back in a tick. Okay, so here's stage 1. Just putting a eco sacrifice there. Another bucket of water, like so, and actually I could have done this a bit cleverer, couldn't I? If I just picked that up. And that's, where's my other bucket? Okay, and I'll put it here instead. That's that there. And now I can put the hickory sacrifier there, like that. Fill that hole. Another bucket of water. Job done. So we'll take the water from under there. We've got a tesseract up here, which I can set to a private nether lava, and we're going to receive That's set. There we go, we've got lava coming in. Now, we've got this onto our AE network, and what I want to do is put a level emitter on this. Got some cable, like so, and just come over here and get a piece of obsidian now, which has been produced, and I want to say obsidian emit when they are below the level of, let's say I want that many, and set this to requiring high, so it should still be running. I wonder if that's getting interference from that. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I could set that to ignore, and that's not going to cause us a problem. So that is now going to make sure we've always got obsidian in stock, which is part 1. Although it's going to come in use for other things, that is part 1 of our problem. Now, other things that I have done, I just come around here. We've moved our semi-fluid generators. That looks horrendous, doesn't it? I'm going to have to do a lot of tidying up off camera, because a lot of this is just being put in makeshift, and when I get more diamonds I might actually just start replacing all this kind of stuff with these. Well, not with them, but with the other things on the other side of the glass. Come on, thank you. Right, so we've got that producing lots and lots of power, and we're just going through an MFE, which is getting converted into low voltage, and I'm going to have my machines across here, and we're going to have there it is, that. We're going to need a feed coming in from there, which is probably actually going to be better coming through at that level. So yeah, we're going to have our machines across here, so we're going to need something like a macerator, a macerator, and at least one compressor. Try and get this done with. Actually, I don't think I'll make the macerators. I think I'll just make the compressors. And you know what? I think what I'm going to do for now is we have got a compressor upstairs. Oh no, next floor. Let's get something to eat. We've got a compressor up here. Come to me, compressor. Yeah, we've got an automatic compressor here, so I might just use that for the time being. And I'll borrow you. I can't do that with these, can I? I'll have to make another one to replace you, but I just want to borrow you for now. Well, rob you. And I think what I'm going to do is that. I set this up wrong. Emit when levels are below. They are below, so I want you to do something. Oh, we've not got any water. Why is that not producing water? Ah, oh, no, it's alright. I know why. Ignore. That's it. And Fire signal required. That's right, I think. Yeah, so that's carrying on. Pulverizer, yeah, we want to pulverize this coal dust, but I want to use a pulverizer. I've decided to use a pulverizer rather than a macerator because it's going to be easier to control when it comes to working out what I need, how many I want in stock. So how can I think it will be better if I put that there. Get rid of you. She's just getting in the way. If you want to go somewhere, go there. Right, so that's got power, but I can also just then easily bring this A system over here as well. And I want an import, I want a level emitter, an export bus and an import bus. So I think I'll import, where's the import bus? There it is. And I'm going to import from the top, I'm going to export from the side, and I'll put my level emitter on the back so it doesn't interfere with this one with any luck. So link you, actually that will probably be better there, just because it looks nicer. Now, coal. Have I got any coal still in the system? Yes, I do. It says me going upstairs. So I want you active with signal, and I'm gonna, instead of putting you there to control the machine, I'm gonna put you there to control that export. Yeah, that's better. And I want you to emit when you are above and I want to keep 10 in. So that's 10. So emit when you're above 10, and I want you to import them in stacks of. Actually, don't care if you're in stacks of or not. No, I don't want to move single items. Just like that. And you're going to export anything. So, configure this up now with, I'm importing from that side and I'm exporting from the top, but it's a clever export, so we put it to a non-colour. So that should do us. So if I put all our coal into our system, then this should kick into life and start making coal dust. So let's try that out. I've probably not got, let's just tidy up it's all my building material in here. So put that in there, get rid of that glass as well, keep hold of that, get rid of them, we don't need it, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, that'll do for now. them, put them in here. Still not going to be enough. Into here, that should be kicking into life by now, but just tidy up. Righty ho, so if we go downstairs, we should see us making. Yes, there we go. So if we've got more than 10 stacks of coal in, we're just going to make the rest into dust. And this is happily running along making obsidian. And the wonderful thing is it doesn't need any power, so that's all we've had to do with that. So on to part 2, which should be through here. Now all we'll need in here is our compressor. I think for efficiency's sake I'm probably going to need more than one of these. What I'm going to do is pull that through here. Right, okay, let me think about this because we've got another stage before we compress these as making them into carbon fibre. Right, well, let me think about our options here because we've got a few options we can use and I'm not sure what's going to be the best, so back in a second. Alrighty, we've got this sorted now. Got the best way of doing it anyway. I've made some of these interfaces. They're quite cheap to make in comparative terms of other things in Applied Energistics, and it's always going to import into here, into this little inventory, 8 of these coal dust and 1 flint. When it gets that, it'll pass it over to here, this fabricator, which will assemble it like that, and you just saw that flash by. That'll put it back into the network. This will then take, well, they will then go through there and be made into compressed coal balls, and when there's 8 of them and 1 obsidian and put them in here, that'll assemble them as such to make a coal chunk, and then that will export, and they should now be coal chunks. There we go, 1 coal chunk in our system. Still got all this crap on us, just put it away. Right, we did try off camera doing this with automatic crafting tables, but it wasn't as good as this because I ended up having all my resources in the crafting table. I didn't want that because I might need obsidian for other things. So this is going to export from the network coal chunks, and it's going to put them out again through there, which I don't think I've got set up. If I just do that, then that should be done. So there you go, that's now getting a, that should be making a diamond. So this now should automatically make diamonds for me when I've got more than 10 stacks. Wow, 32. I don't think that 32 diamonds just come from this process. I think that must have been my quarry, because I don't think I've made that much yet. Let's take them out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that must be my quarry that's done that. And if it has, well, 30, 64 by 64 quarry, it is going to come across a few diamonds, I would imagine. So that's making the compressed coal balls. Here's the coal balls coming in and compressed coal balls going out. And yeah, this should. Let's just. Well, I can't do that. I'm kind of have to wait. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that now. That should be making diamonds out of excess coal automatically for us. D key keeps sticking down. I'd like to know, they must have come from the quarry, but that seems a lot to have come from a quarry. It must have really hit a good old, although, you see, I emptied these out as well before our last, I don't want them, just keep one of them. Yeah, that does seem a lot though, doesn't it? I've never had a quarry that size before, so I don't know, it might be par for the course. Right, so that's one thing done. Let's see, yep, there you go, one diamond come through. Nice. Right, let's have a look for time. Yeah, that's probably near enough 30 minutes, so I think we'll leave it there. And yeah, I've got a lot more to do, but yeah, too much to fit into this episode. I want to start doing something with the with that lithium. So we might do another episode just after this, and get something happening with all this lithium, I think, or something else completely different, not too sure. Right, well, we'll wrap this up for today, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks a lot, bye.